A very good and happy Thursday morning to everyone out there. Baby Friday is here. Landon here with you to bring you your weather and night forecast courtesy of On Target. Rain and storm chances finally coming to an end. That's the primary weather story throughout today. Taking a look here at the latest surface map, we have got this area of low pressure. Associated fronts are going to continue to pull off to the east here as we work throughout the day. We'll have some wraparound moisture on the backside of this low pressure system, and its counterclockwise motion. It's going to be keeping some scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder or two around as we work throughout the day. But coverage is not going to be nearly as widespread as what we experienced yesterday, or especially throughout the overnight hours, all right? You know, look across the region, it's not in ideal start. It's absolutely nasty out there. Got a blanket of cloud cover that's got us socked in. Overlooking the D93 Skycam. Ominous looking clouds there. Nothing to be concerned with. Just low hanging stratus with the moisture lingering here across the region early on this Thursday. Maybe an even eerier view or WRUS camera looking north on 431. They got some dense fog that's rolling there out of the west. So be aware of that if you're heading out on your early morning commute. Taking a look at those current temperatures and current readings out there, if you will. We have got readings that are located right around the mid and upper 60s region wide, all right? That's the same in the dew point department. That's what's helping create some of that fog out there. And we can take a look at the total rainfall here over the past 2 days. We've got anywhere from 1.5 inches over here in Barron County all the way to over 3 inches of total rainfall over the past 48 hours here in Logan County. For the week combined, for the most part, folks, we've had readings ranging anywhere from roughly 2 to 4 inches. So definitely the drought buster that we needed with the severe drought conditions that were labeled on Thursday of last week. 1 week ago today, the new map will be released here in about an hour's time, and we're expecting a drastic amount of improvement from that, thankfully. Let's jump over here. Let's talk about the short-term model guidance and exactly what we're going to have to deal with here in the short term. And you can see we have got these lingering showers and storms that were impacting us throughout the overnight that model guidance was picking up on very well. This is valid for 2 a.m. about 4 hours ago. We're rolling here right past sunrise, folks. We got a few meandering showers out there. But the parent trough axis is going to come in here right behind the cold front out of the north and west as we work throughout the day. We might catch a few hours of just being socked in underneath that blanket of cloud cover this morning. But very quickly as we work into this afternoon, the trough axis is going to fire back off these random sporadic showers and maybe a rumble of thunder out of that. No severe weather's anticipated, folks. You just might get caught underneath a stray downpour here or there. Again, maybe a bolt of lightning or two, but this should be coming to an end as we work into this evening and all the moisture gets shunted off with the trough axis working east of the I-65 corridor, all right? Getting a closer view of those temperatures, we're going to be below average for this time of year. With the cloud cover and the showers hanging around today, temperature's going to struggle right around the low to mid 70s region-wide. The latest short-term model guidance, folks, as we get into Friday, it keeps some of that cloud cover hanging around and it traps us once again right there between the mid and upper 70s for highs. You're not going to hear any complaining from me with a little bit of taste of fall coming in here. But we will be warming up throughout the weekend with more sunshine coming back into the play. We'll get a big picture view of that to give you the full breakdown. Mark says, I like your guitar. I just noticed it's right there over my right shoulder. I didn't lay it down. My apologies. A little picking and grinning before the weather forecast gets started on some mornings. Luckily, that's not for public viewing, okay? Low pressure system and cold front presses east of the region. We get the wraparound moisture here as we work throughout the day. That's going to keep the scattered activity around, and then it all shunts off. We will be drying out throughout the weekend. High pressure building in from the west. It's not going to be terrible, folks. Humidity is going to remain at bay. We will be climbing a few degrees on the temperature front throughout the weekend. We'll be placing highs right around the 80 to 85 degree mark both Saturday and Sunday. For all of you all heading out to the Big Harvest Fest in Morgantown on Saturday, it should be absolutely immaculate. I'll be out there myself. You see me? Come on and say hello. Here we are working throughout the early days of next week, folks, and we're going to need to keep our eyes right here off of the East Coast because the tropics are becoming extraordinarily active. We have not one but two tropical cyclones that could very well reach hurricane strength by this point in time. But by Monday morning, folks, we're going to be keeping our eyes right here. These tropical systems tend to develop a mind of their own. But right now, model guidance is in agreement of bringing a hurricane right on shore from the east coast of Florida, bowing right up through the Carolinas as well. This could have implications on us, folks, because counterclockwise flow around these tropical systems could be throwing us a moisture fetch that could be resulting in a return of not just cloud cover, but more rain and storm chances by Tuesday into Wednesday of next week. And you can see here, folks, not one tropical cyclone, potential hurricane, but a second one it's bringing right here that's already developed, Tropical Storm Humberto, that'll be rolling right in here on the backside of that weather maker. Folks, this could play out to be a very, very dangerous scenario if we have back-to-back hurricanes hitting near the same location. As you might expect, that would be an absolute recipe for some devastating weather impacts. So hopefully that's not the case. But we're going to be keeping close eyes on the tropics, folks, because outside of that, as you can see, we don't really have any sensible weather impacts that are in line. It is worth noting around the mid to latter part of next week, this monster high pressure building in over the north and east. Clockwise flow is going to be escorting in a deep northeasterly flow. We could be looking at a jolt of colder air finally trying to settle in here roughly 1 week from today. But that remains to be seen. We'll obviously be keeping close eyes on that, all right? After the active weather pattern that we have had here over the past several days, take a look at what we are now showcasing in regards to the next 7-day weather forecast. 2 to 4 inches of rainfall so far this week. Looking forward over the course of the next week, next to nothing on the rainfall front. That is if those hurricanes stay off of the East Coast and don't bring that moisture in from the east during the early to middle part of next week. Speaking of the tropics, folks, look at it. We've got Hurricane Gabrielle that is tracking away from the U.S. mainland, but we've got Humberto, and we got this other developing system that's even closer to the U.S. mainland, just north of Haiti and the Dominican Republic here. 80% probability of development, but I want to go ahead and jump over here on the already named and organized tropical storm with Humberto. You can see there it's bringing it near the East Coast. By the time we get into Monday and Tuesday of next week, folks, going to have to keep our eyes peeled, and we will be watching the tropics like a hawk here over the upcoming days. Here's a full breakdown of your next 6-day weather forecast. Lingering hit-and-miss showers, maybe a stray rumble of thunder today. Otherwise, cloudy and cooler, with many of us not escaping the low to mid-70s. Throughout our Friday, we'll have sunshine slowly creeping back into the forecast. It's got a high of 80 degrees. I think the majority, if not everyone across Wobbles, is not going to climb out of the 70s for tomorrow either. We'll see a gradual warm-up Saturday into Sunday with low to mid-80s realized, and that'll continue on into the early days of next week. Got a question mark there on Tuesday on into Wednesday, depending upon what those tropical systems do and how they behave. Friends, it's going to wrap up your Baby Friday edition of your Weather or Not forecast, brought to you by none other than On Target. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Have a fantastic Thursday.